Today we're taking a look at a very cool guitar that I'll admit has me a little perplexed. Stay tuned to find out why. I love it when guitar manufacturers push the envelope, offer us something new and something different. It's great not to have the same boring stuff over and over again. But that being said, there's a limit to what guitar players feel is within their comfort zone. I'm like that, maybe you're like that too. So today I'm looking at a guitar that I think might put you a little outside your comfort zone, yet has a lot of very interesting features to offer. Now, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here and to look at today, so let's get started. This guitar is what they call the Enya electric guitar, the Nova Go. Very unique guitar, 38-inch scale, full size. It's a smart electric guitar with a carbon fiber construction. Now that's already a mouthful. This review is not going to be easy, I can already tell. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here. So let's jump right in and take a look at the guitar. Out of the box, you can already tell this is not your typical run-of-the-mill electric guitar. There's quite a few things here that are different about this guitar. First, it comes with a built-in 10-watt wireless speaker, and it's built right into the body of this guitar. It also has onboard presets. It comes with a gig bag, it comes with a charging cable. The guitar can actually connect to the Enya mobile app, which you can run off of your phone. It allows you to customize the program sounds that are built in to your liking, so you can kind of use it like an EQ. It's pretty nifty when you start getting used to using it, and you can actually customize the sounds that are built into this guitar. Now, I've reviewed Enya guitars before on my channel, so you can go back and take a look at some of those videos. They make really cool products. And to be honest, I was never disappointed with any of their products in the past. They all worked really well. They did take a little getting used to be quite honest, to be blunt. But once you pass that initial unfamiliar territory, they were actually very fun to play. Now, out of the box, the guitar required only slight adjustments. So the height of the bridge pickup was a little too low for my liking, so I adjusted that. It did need a little tweak in terms of the relief on the neck to get it where I wanted it to be. But, you know, it was very easy to do, especially with the included little truss rod tool. Didn't take very much effort at all. So my initial impressions regarding the visual aspects of this guitar initially kind of has a toy-like feel to it when you're comparing it to a normal wooden electric guitar. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be, rude or anything like that. It's largely due to the fact that the guitar is much lighter than what you expect an electric guitar to be. And that familiar feel of the wood and the paint, which is not used in this design at all, since the guitar is made out of a resin and a carbon, it kind of puts you in unfamiliar territory. So if you're a stickler for the traditional guitar, this may not be for you. Now, looking strictly at the build features of this guitar, the neck on the guitar was quite comfortable to play. The frets are flawless. They're known for their rounded frets and their fretwork. The frets on this guitar are seated extremely well and no issues whatsoever. I like the fact that they included the 0 fret here. They do that often. I think that works really well. And I also like that the inlay on the 12th fret, the little flame inlay, is elegantly done. I really like it. I think it works well. Now, for those of you who enjoy standard fret markers, you may feel like the fretboard on this guitar is a little stark for your tastes. I honestly tend to think that the stealthy look, the lack of the markers, make this guitar look pretty cool. Now, some of you out there may not agree, but I'm okay with this. I think it looks really nice. Now, I do like the fact that they decided to use black hardware for the bridge, as well as the tuners and the nut as well here. So it's got a stealth look to it. And the controls on this guitar include a 3-way toggle switch. There's a volume here that can be used as a push-pull to split the pots, split the humbuckers, I mean. And then you have a little push button here to switch through the presets, which also lights up when it's being charged. It would have been nice to have included a tone knob here. For those of you out there who want to use this guitar for live performances and would like a little bit more control over your EQ, I think the tone knob would have been something that I would have actually used, but they decided just to go with volume. The volume knob here works decently well. The sweep on it is really nice. It can get really low before it actually cuts off completely, the way a tone knob should actually work. But I do feel that the knob should have been a little grippier. It's actually very slick. And you know, if you're playing and you tend to get sweaty, you're playing outdoors in hot environments or a more intense performance or something like that, you might appreciate a knob that is a little bit more grippy. Now, the guitar came with a small metal stick to use to adjust the truss rod, which is a wheel at the bottom here. They didn't include the Allen key that you would need to adjust the pickups, nor any tools to adjust the bridge. Now, those tools would have been, I think, a nice add-on, since I use those all the time, and especially since the pickups use hex screws instead of standard screws. The pickup rings, if we look at those, are quite unique because they're actually sunk into the body. And the screws, as I mentioned earlier, are hex screws. They're not regular Phillips or flathead screws. So you do need an Allen key to adjust these things. The pickup rings should easily accommodate any other type of pickup that you'd like to put onto this guitar. Although I can't speak to how easy it would be to wire up the pickups to the internal electronics on this guitar, because I haven't seen it yet. So the pickups on this guitar are a combination of Alnico 5 for the bridge and Alnico 2 on the neck. A nice combination. I like Alnico 5 pickups very much, and I think these do a very nice job of reproducing great tones. Now, the tuners on this guitar perform really well. They don't slip, even though they're not locking or anything like that. They match the guitar really nicely. Now, the other aspect of this guitar I really like is the fact that it only weighs 6 pounds 20 ounces. So compared to most wooden guitars, traditional guitars, it's substantially lighter. And this may be a good thing for any of you out there that have issues with your back. You know, maybe you're looking for a lighter guitar. I know my back hurts more these days, so I appreciate a lighter guitar. Now, since the profile on this guitar is rather thin, you can see here it's not very thick at all. It's probably the same thickness as an SG guitar. It makes the guitar very easy to play. Also, the fact that it's nicely rounded. And I do like the fact that there's no heel at the back of the neck here. So it's really nice and smooth to play. You can get up to the higher registry of the frets here without any issues. And, you know, full access, nicely rounded back, very comfortable, I have to say. Now, you've probably noticed that there's a large plate here on the back of the guitar. This is an access plate with little removable tabs here. So it leads me to believe that perhaps, you know, down the road, when the guitar batteries die out, because they are rechargeable batteries, they will eventually die out, they may be easier to change up once they no longer hold charge. So I can't really confirm that at this point because I didn't try taking it apart, but that's what I'm guessing here. There's a standard output jack. There's a 1/8 of an inch jack that you can use for headphones. And there's also a little input here for a USB-C that you can use for charging. One other interesting design feature is that the strings on this guitar pass over the bridge and into the body and are basically back-loaded like a Telecaster. And it's kind of hidden here. There's a little rubber gasket, so you can't really see that, but you actually have to load up the strings through the back of the guitar. Quite unique. Now, the speaker that's built into the guitar pumps out a maximum of 10 watts, which is sufficient for playing at home, playing at parties or something like that, but probably not enough for larger venues without being plugged in or amplified. So the guitar offers 4 onboard presets, including clean, that you can access through the button, overdrive, crunch, and lead, and I'll give you a sample of those in a minute. And each preset is customizable through the Enya Music app. Now the presets can be amplified by the onboard speaker, or it can also just be plugged into an amp or PA like a normal guitar. So you have the flexibility of both You can play this guitar with headphones, relatively low volume. You won't bother your neighbors, your wife, or somebody sleeping in the other room. And, basically you have a really useful practice guitar. I was able to get quite a few variations of tones out of this guitar, and I kind of forgot that I was playing something different after a while. So why does this guitar leave me so perplexed? So it's simple, guys, because I don't know if this guitar is designed to be a practice tool, something used for home or occasional small venues only, or busking or something like that, or was it designed to be a guitar for real life performances? I would use it for the former and not necessarily the latter. However, I'll say that it does more than an adequate job as a practice instrument for someone on the go. And if that's what you're looking for, then this guitar should check all the boxes for you. For whatever reason you decide to look at this guitar or buy this guitar, I'm sure the built-in versatility will be more than adequate for your needs. But I do recommend you try out the guitar for yourself to see whether or not it's outside your comfort zone or not. So you have to try it out firsthand. Now, if you've already purchased one of these guitars for yourself, I want to hear from you. I like to hear from people that actually have spent some time with the guitar. And once the honeymoon phase is over, how do you feel about the guitar? So leave your questions below and let us know. I'd be very curious to see what the comments are. Guys, thank you so much for watching another video review here on Addicted to Gear. I hope you like what you saw. Please consider subscribing if you want to support the channel. I'm Tony. This is Addicted to Gear. Stay tuned for more.